Have you ever wondered what it's like to own your own slice of paradise, where money is literally no object? Today, we're diving deep into the most exclusive real estate on Earth, private islands owned by billionaires that cost more than entire countries' GDP. What I discovered about these hidden sanctuaries will completely change how you think about wealth and privacy. Picture this. You wake up on an island where the nearest neighbor is hundreds of miles away. Your staff outnumbers visitors 10 to 1, and the only sounds are waves crashing against beaches that exist solely for your enjoyment. This isn't fantasy. This is the reality for a select group of billionaires who've purchased their own private kingdoms. But here's what most people don't realize about private island ownership. It's not just about having money to burn. These acquisitions represent something far more strategic and psychologically complex than simple luxury purchases. When someone like Larry Ellison drops over $300 million on Lanai in Hawaii, he's not just buying land, he's purchasing absolute control over his environment and legacy. The psychology behind private island ownership runs deeper than you might imagine. For billionaires, privacy becomes exponentially more valuable as wealth increases. Every public appearance, every photograph, every casual encounter becomes a potential business risk or personal security concern. A private island eliminates these variables entirely, creating what psychologists call a controlled environment sanctuary. Let's break down what goes into creating these floating fortresses of solitude. First, the acquisition costs alone can range from tens of millions to over $1 billion, depending on location, size, and existing infrastructure. But that's just the beginning. The real expenses come in the development and maintenance phases that most people never consider. Infrastructure development on a private island is like building a small city from scratch, except everything has to be shipped in by boat or helicopter. Fresh water systems, power generation, waste management, communication networks, medical facilities, staff housing, every basic necessity requires custom engineering solutions. One billionaire I researched spent over $50 million just establishing reliable internet connectivity to their remote Caribbean retreat. The staffing requirements alone are staggering. A typical billionaire's private island employs between 50 to 200 full-time residents, including security personnel, housekeeping staff, chefs, groundskeepers, boat captains, pilots, medical professionals, and maintenance crews. These employees often live on-site year-round, creating small communities that exist solely to support one family's lifestyle. Security measures on these islands read like something from a spy thriller. Advanced radar systems monitor approaching vessels and aircraft from miles away. Underwater detection networks identify potential diving intrusions. Some islands maintain their own armed security forces with military-grade equipment and training. The level of surveillance and protection rivals government installations in sensitive locations. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect is how these islands become platforms for influence and power projection. When world leaders, CEOs, and celebrities visit these private retreats, important decisions get made away from public scrutiny. Business deals worth billions are negotiated on beaches that don't appear on any public maps. Political alliances form during sunset dinners served by personal chefs on custom-built terraces. The environmental impact of private island ownership creates another layer of complexity. Some billionaires have become accidental conservationists, protecting entire ecosystems simply by keeping development away. Others invest heavily in sustainable technologies, turning their islands into testing grounds for renewable energy and conservation innovations that eventually benefit the broader world. However, the isolation that makes these islands appealing also creates unique challenges. Medical emergencies require helicopter evacuations to mainland hospitals. Supply chain disruptions can leave even billionaires without basic necessities for days or weeks. Natural disasters pose existential threats to these isolated compounds with limited evacuation options. The social dynamics on private islands reveal fascinating insights into human nature and power structures. Staff members become part of extended family units, often working for the same family for decades. The intimate setting creates unusual relationships where traditional employer-employee boundaries blur, yet the fundamental power imbalance remains absolute. From an investment perspective, private islands often appreciate differently than traditional real estate. Their value depends heavily on political stability, climate change impacts, and changing privacy regulations. Some have become stranded assets when political situations shift or environmental concerns make them uninhabitable. The technology integration on modern billionaire islands pushes boundaries of what's possible. Smart home systems control everything from climate to lighting across multiple buildings. Private submarine docks allow underwater exploration. Helipads and private airstrips provide multiple transportation options. Some islands feature underground bunkers equipped for extended stays during global emergencies. What strikes me most about researching these private kingdoms is how they represent the ultimate expression of financial freedom, the ability to completely control your environment and experiences. Yet they also reveal the loneliness that can accompany extreme wealth, creating beautiful prisons where authentic human connection becomes increasingly difficult to achieve. For those of us still working toward financial independence, private islands might seem impossibly out of reach. But the principles behind them, prioritizing privacy, controlling your environment, and investing in experiences over possessions, apply at every wealth level. The Billionaire's private island is simply the most extreme expression of these fundamental desires for security, privacy, and control. The next time you're floating in a public pool surrounded by crowds, remember somewhere out there, someone is floating in their own private lagoon, completely alone, except for the staff they pay to maintain their paradise. Is that freedom or isolation? Perhaps that's the ultimate question only money can answer.